know English until someone says, "I just don't know," and you realize that one tiny word changes the whole feeling. That's what nobody teaches you.
Oh, absolutely. Small words are the secret sauce of natural English. You can learn 1,000 big vocabulary words, but if you're not using the little ones naturally, you'll still sound like a textbook.
And that's exactly what we're talking about today. How small words like just, even, still, actually though, words you already know, can completely change your message.
By the end of this episode, you'll be able to use these small words to sound more polite, more expressive, more like a real English speaker. Not by learning new grammar, just by shifting what you already know.
So here's a question for you right now. How many times today did you use the word just without thinking? Tell us in the comments. We're really curious.
And if you haven't subscribed to Simple English Talks yet, hit that button. It helps us a ton, and you'll never miss an episode.
Now let's jump straight into the power of tiny words. You ready?
Let's do it.
Think about the word just, 3 letters. But look at these 2 sentences. I arrived, now I just arrived. That little word changes the time, the urgency, the emotion. It says, I arrived a moment ago, and maybe I'm breathless.
Right. Or, it's $5 compared to, it's just $5. Suddenly you're saying it's cheap, don't worry about it. You're downplaying the price. Same word, completely different job.
So the formula is simple. Subject plus just plus verb for time, and just plus noun phrase for that minimizing meaning. I just finished eating. She's just a kid.
Now here are a few concrete examples to lock that in. Number 1, can you wait? I just need 2 minutes. That's the time meaning. Number 2, don't get upset. It was just a joke. That minimizes. Number 3, he just called me. That means very recently. Number 4, I'm just tired, not angry. That clarifies a feeling. And 5, just press this button. That makes an instruction sound simple.
I use just all the time when I want to be polite. If someone asks me to do something I can't do right now, I don't say I can't. I say I just can't right now. It's softer.
Oh, that's a great personal example. I do the same. Yesterday my friend asked if I wanted to go out, and I said, I'm just staying home tonight. It feels less harsh than a flat no.
Let's involve our listeners. How would you soften this sentence? I don't understand. Where could you add just? Say it out loud.
Yeah, say it. I just don't understand. You hear the difference? It adds a bit of frustration, or a bit of pleading. Small word, big emotional shift.
Now the negative form with just is interesting too. He didn't just leave, he slammed the door. That just emphasizes the action, like you can't believe it happened. Or, that's not just any car, that's a classic. It adds importance.
Can you think of a time you used just to emphasize something? Maybe you said, I didn't just eat 1 cookie, I ate 5. Try it in your head now.
So that's just in a nutshell. It marks recent time, it minimizes, it softens, and it emphasizes in negatives. 4 jobs, 1 tiny word.
Quick summary. Use just for recent past, for small things, for polite softness, and for strong emphasis in negative sentences. Let that sit for a moment.
Now let's build on that. There's another small word that works like magic when you want to show surprise or include something unexpected. Even.
Even is a powerhouse. It's often placed before the surprising part of the sentence. Even my dog knew something was wrong. The surprise is that the dog, who shouldn't know, did know.
Exactly. The structure often goes subject plus even plus verb or noun. She even brought dessert. That means bringing dessert was extra, beyond what you expected. He didn't even say goodbye. That shows shock or disappointment.
Let's do some real-life situation examples. Imagine you're talking about a new restaurant. You say, it was amazing. Even the water tasted good. That's high praise because water isn't supposed to taste special.
Or in a dialogue, did Tom help with the project? He didn't even reply to my message. That little even conveys a lot of frustration.
Now compare formal and informal usage. In a work email, you might write, I even completed the report a day early, which sounds proud but professional. With friends, you'd say, I even cleaned the fridge. Same even, different setting.
Quick practice. I'll give you a base sentence, and you add even somewhere that makes sense. My grandmother uses social media. Say it with even.
Even my grandmother uses social media. That's perfect. It emphasizes the surprise. Now try this one. He doesn't know my name.
I'd say, he doesn't even know my name. You feel that sting? A little word carrying a lot of weight.
Here are 3 specific tips for even. First, place even right before the word you want to surprise. Second, use not even for strong negatives. Third, in questions, do you even like me? Sounds casual, but a bit confrontational, so be careful with tone.
Oh, tone matters so much. Do you even listen to me? Can be a real argument starter. Write that in the comments if you've ever said that. I know I have.
So let's review. Even adds surprise, emphasizes extremes, and strengthens negative statements. That tiny word does a lot of emotional work.
Now we're going to look at 2 more small words that often confuse learners, still and yet. They're related to time, but each one carries a very specific feeling.
Still often shows that a situation continues. I'm still waiting. The action started before and hasn't finished. Yet often refers to something expected that hasn't happened, and it loves to sit at the end of sentences. I haven't eaten yet.
A practical everyday scenario. You text a friend about dinner plans. You ask, "Are you here yet?" Meaning I expect you to be here. Friend replies, "I'm still on the train." That tells you the journey continues, and you now know you'll wait.
Another one. Have you finished the book yet? Implies you plan to finish. I'm checking progress. I'm still reading it. Tells me you haven't stopped.
Now let's talk about being polite and natural. Yet in questions is very useful. Have you had lunch yet? Is warm and normal. But saying, you haven't had lunch, without yet, can sound a bit surprised, almost judgmental. That one small word softens it.
Tone guidance here. Are you still working on that? Can be neutral, but if you push your voice up at the end, it sounds impatient. Try saying it with a friendly drop in pitch. Are you still working on that? That's curiosity. Small word, but tone plus still changes meaning.
Let's do a real-life practice. I'll start a sentence. You finish it with still or yet. I've sent 3 emails, but he
still hasn't replied. Or he hasn't replied yet. Both are correct, but the nuance is slightly different. Still emphasizes the waiting irritation, yet leaves it a bit more open, like maybe soon.
Now say this out loud. I haven't decided yet. And then, I'm still deciding. Feel how your mind shifts from expectation to ongoing process.
Exactly. Speaking out loud helps you internalize that. I want you to stand in front of your mirror if you can, and say, I'm still learning English. Not, I'm not fluent yet, but I'm still learning. That one change makes you sound active and positive.
That's beautiful. Write that in the comments. I'm still learning English. We want to see a wave of positivity today.
So structurally, still often goes before the main verb, yet often ends the sentence or goes after not. Got it? Let's move to some classic trouble spots that come up with these tiny words.
I've made so many mistakes with these little words, and I bet you have too. It's completely normal. Haha. One time I said, I haven't still eaten, instead of, I still haven't eaten, and my friend looked at me funny.
Haha. Oh, I've done worse. I once said, do you yet like me? That's a disaster. So let's look at 3 big ones. Mistake number 1, putting yet in the wrong place. Wrong. I yet haven't seen that movie. Correct. I haven't seen that movie yet. Yet loves the end.
Right, because yet is about expectation up to now. Mistake number 2, confusing still and yet in positive statements. Wrong. I am yet tired. That's not English. Say, I'm still tired. Yet doesn't belong in a simple positive statement about continuing state.
Mistake number 3. Overusing just in past tense when it doesn't fit. I just went to Paris last year. That sounds weird because last year is not recent. Just needs recency. Better. I went to Paris last year. Simple.
Why are these wrong? Because just, when used for time, demands that the event feels close, still demands continuation, yet demands a connection to expectation. If you break that logic, the sentence sounds off even if the grammar looks okay.
So here's a better alternative exercise. If you want to say something happened recently but it wasn't very recent, drop just. If you want to say an action continues, use still, not yet. If you're waiting for something, yet is your best friend.
Haha, a funny mistake I heard from a student. My grandmother is yet young. The idea was, she's still young, but yet made it sound like we're waiting for her to become young. Adorable mistake.
Now practice. Which is correct? She didn't call yet, or she still didn't call. Actually, both are correct in different contexts. But if you mean you've been waiting and continue to wait, she still hasn't called is better. Hear the difference?
I want our listeners to try correcting this. I just see the movie. What's the right small word? Think.
If you want to say you saw it recently, say, I just saw the movie. Not just see. If you want to say you're in the middle, say, I'm still watching the movie. Small words fix everything.
So mistakes with these words are completely fixable. Don't be embarrassed. Every time you catch yourself using still wrong, you're one step closer to natural.
And you'll get there. Now let's turn this into an interactive challenge.
I'm going to give you a situation and 2 options. You choose which small word makes the sentence feel natural. Ready? Situation 1. You're waiting for a friend. They're late. Option A. Are you here yet? Option B. Are you still here? Which one?
Oh, definitely A. Are you here yet? Asks about arrival. Option B asks if they haven't left, which is a different meaning entirely. If they're late, yet is the word you need.
Situation 2. Your coworker finished a huge task. Option A. You even finished that. Option B. You actually finished that. Think about which one shows surprise in a positive way.
Actually is often better for genuine surprise without sounding too intense. You actually finished that can sound amazed. Even can work too, but you even finished that implies you did a lot, and this is the extreme, so both possible, but actually is softer.
Say both out loud. You even finished that. You actually finished that. Hear the tone difference? Even can feel more intense. Actually feels more conversational.
Situation 3. You're trying to be modest about a success. Option A. I was just lucky. Option B. I was still lucky. Which one minimizes?
A for sure. I was just lucky. Downplays your achievement. I was still lucky means despite something, you were lucky, which is different. Small word, huge nuance.
Now I challenge you to create your own sentence pair with still and yet, and write it in the comments. Something like, I haven't started yet versus, I'm still preparing. Show us your contrast.
Here's a final one with tone. Do you even listen? Or, do you actually listen? Even can sound more confrontational. Actually can sound genuinely curious. Choose based on what you want to communicate.
The key is, don't aim for perfection. Aim for communication. Use the small word, see the reaction, adjust. That's how native speakers learned too.
Wow, what a journey through tiny words. We've uncovered just, even, still, yet, and actually. These little words are emotional. They're time markers, they're politeness tools, and they're the secret to natural English.
So the 3 big uses we covered today. Small words for time and expectation, just and yet and still. Small words for surprise and emphasis, even and actually. And small words for softening and politeness, especially just and actually.
I want you to walk away feeling like you've unlocked a new level. You don't need to memorize long grammar rules. Just start noticing these words in the English you hear. Podcasts, songs, conversations, they're everywhere.
Here's my reflective question for you. Which small word do you think you'll use differently from now on? Write that in the comments. It could be just, even, still, yet, actually, or even though.
And if this episode helped you see English in a new way, do us a big favor. Like this video, share it with someone who's learning English, and subscribe to Simple English Talks. It keeps this podcast alive and growing.
Also, turn on notifications so you never miss a chance to make your English more natural. We're here with you every step of the way.
You're doing amazing. Every tiny word you master makes you a more powerful communicator. Keep listening, keep speaking out loud, and be kind to yourself.
Until next time, remember, it's the small words that make the biggest difference. See you next time.